The battery or
no? No.
Oh.
Change zoom.
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Wow.
The
Quality of this camera is really good. Hello.
And welcome to
Beauty Unedited,
where we talk about the bullshit in the beauty industry.
I'm Steph.
And I'm Ness.
And welcome back, you guys.
Welcome back to our second official episode.
Let's get into it. We're hopping right into state boards today.
State boards, bro. Because what did we do? What did we talk about the first episode? We said cosmetology school.
Yup.
That's what it was.
Yup. And like we were somewhat in the salon experience, but not quite. Not quite.
Like they put us out on the floor, which means like you're actually doing hair on people. But it was an interesting
I won't lie too. I think that the school you go to matters so much in terms of if you pass state boards or not, because there was people who went to, I don't know if I should say the school name, but another one in Holland, and people didn't even pass their boards.
No,
and
they did really good. The school we went to, they did really good in preparing us for state boards because they did like a mock. So like, you know, they went through the whole packet of what we were going to do. And they were like, this is what you got to do. You can't do this and you can't do this. And they did step by step. And we spent like, how long was it? Like 2 hours.
Literally.
Like, us going through it every single day for like a week.
Yeah, I was going to say, we had like a master class for it, literally, which was crazy.
Which I don't even, like, how do you even explain, like, state boards? First of all, don't be scared. Because it's really not that bad.
It's not. It's really not.
It's nerve-wracking, yeah. I personally went in when there was like a lot of people in there because I wanted it to be a lot of people. I didn't want all the attention to be on me.
Yeah.
So I specifically chose where I knew there was going to be a couple people in there.
That's smart, but also scary because they're like very much focusing in on you. You know?
I feel like they are because I feel like their eyes are like going to everybody that's there.
Yeah. No, I get that. That makes sense.
But you have to practice on a mannequin. Okay, what was one of the things that we had to do?
Mannequin.
A mannequin.
So we had to do perm rod, curler, right? We had to curl.
And then we had to like section the hair and pretend like
her shit's frizzy as hell.
No, for real. We had to like do like a what is it called? Root touch up.
Oh, root touch up.
Yeah. And
do you want to know what I just remembered?
What?
When I opened up our bin of our state board, like that we got together from school, it has like a specific smell. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, like that cream.
Yeah,
stuff?
like the gel and oh yeah, it kind of smells like just porta potty vibes. I don't know, okay, but it does. It does.
Oh, we also had to do nail stuff.
I fucked up on those.
You did?
Yeah, because I didn't do the file buff. I messed up.
Were you there with other people?
Yeah, like probably 12.
That's a lot. I think I was only there with like 6 other people.
That's not bad, actually.
Oh, then you had to like massage the face, and we had to do, what is it, effarage?
Petrissage.
You had to like do like a mock facial on our mannequin.
Oh my gosh,
But
I almost forgot.
It depends on like what you're doing. For esthetician, I feel like it's different.
Yeah.
Cosmetology, we had like 5 other different things that we had to do.
No, but I will say, I remember walking up to the door and what? You remember
the haircut? The 90-degree haircut all over the head.
Did you know that they only have to do one portion of it now? They only have to do one section. They don't have to do the whole haircut anymore. Someone just told me that.
We had to do the whole head.
Swear. I couldn't believe it. Like, we were there for like 3 hours. Just on the haircut?
Yeah, like you had to, okay, her hair is a little raggedy, but we had to do like 90 degree, like right where the head.
It stands straight up by itself.
Oh.
Like, that's how you know it's dead.
I gotta wash her hair. Anyways,
be standing up like
90 degree everywhere that you went. Like your fingers had to like
parallel
to the head everywhere. And then they had to check it and make sure that everything was like there wasn't like a staircase type vibes going on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's too much, bro. And then actually on my state boards, what I was doing, I think I was doing nails. I dropped my tape.
No, you didn't.
It broke. The tape broke, bro. You know what I fucking did?
Oh no!
I sprayed the fuck out. Because I didn't know. They made it so clear that if you drop something, you have to sanitize it. And I was like, do I sanitize tape? I don't know. So I just sprayed the fuck out of the tape.
They were like, extra credit for effort. They were like, wow, she's really sanitary.
I didn't know. And then I was struggling to cut the tape, so I had to find the little teeth piece and like try to, dude, I was struggling during the nail part.
I cannot even believe. That's so funny. They do say that though. Like, I was so worried that I was going to drop a comb because I even thought to myself that I didn't have an extra one. Because you know how if you opened up a certain bag, like let's say they were like, we're starting the hair cutting portion, you can only grab out your hair cutting bag that was labeled with the bag. And I remember thinking I did not have an extra comb for like that portion, but I did for the others. And I was like, oh my God, if I drop my comb, like, I'm not gonna pass. I'm not gonna be a hairstylist. Like,
no, dude, for real. I was like literally shitting bricks. But it really wasn't that bad. Like, like they don't yell at you, they don't do anything. They just look at you, and you won't know until you pass, until like an hour after you did that. And for the most part, I feel like you pass. Like, you really cannot not pass.
I agree. I actually have an interesting story about how I found out that I passed. Yeah. It's like quick, but really, it's weird. So long story short, normally you could go online to find out your results. Is that how you found out? Okay. Because I couldn't find that out like that.
Bro, when I looked, I was like, does pass mean that I passed?
She's like, or does that mean that I passed?
I know, dude. I don't know why. I literally texted somebody. I was like, does it mean that I passed? It says passed. Did I pass? I just couldn't believe it.
So I couldn't see my grade online. I figured out that I needed to call them to figure out if I passed or not. So I literally did. I called them and I'm like, hey, I can't see my grade online. Can you tell me if I passed or not? She told me she couldn't release that information to me, which immediately made me think that I failed, because I'm like, why wouldn't she just tell me if I passed?
Right.
Like, so I think like the day went on. I didn't end up calling until the next day, because then I had thought about it like, I don't know, like, did I really not pass? And I was also waiting for it to possibly get uploaded online. And I ended up calling back the next day, obviously got a different person. And I just acted like I knew I passed and I was ready to schedule the next part of it. Mm-hmm. And she was like, okay, and what day would you like to do? I'm like, soon as available. Like, I was like freaking out. I was literally like silently cheering on the other end. But I'm like, why would they not tell me that? But also my grade was never uploaded onto there.
Really?
Yeah, I never ended up seeing
That's
it.
Crazy.
But I couldn't log on to there very well either, so I think I was just better off calling in general.
That's crazy. I don't even know what you gotta call.
And then you find out if you passed your written right away, basically.
Yeah. Because it tells you right when you submit it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It doesn't even tell you what you got wrong or what you got right. It just says passed.
Like you could have literally passed by one. You could barely be a hairstylist and
you wouldn't know though. You wouldn't know if you passed or not.
No.
I actually remember when I went in to take my written exam. Oh my gosh, I was shitting balls because it's not just you. It's a whole bunch of other people that are doing like construction.
Yeah, way different.
Yeah, there's like so many people doing like different types of tests, and it's a written test on the computer. And they give you a piece of paper, and I'm like, what do I need a piece of paper for?
What do I need this for?
Like, I'm doing math or something. I was like literally shitting bricks, dude, when I was like doing it, but it wasn't that bad. No. I got a lot of questions on perm.
Oh my gosh, so did I.
Yeah?
Thought the same thing.
Because I know that there's like 3 different tests for cosmetology.
Yup, is that what they say?
Yeah.
3?
It's like 3 different.
Interesting.
Yeah, 3 different tests. One has a lot of like, I guess, hair coloring, and one has a lot of like sanitation, and then I guess one has a lot of perm questions. And
wow.
I got the perm question one. Honestly, I'm surprised because I freaking hated perm.
So did I. The most annoying thing was that it wasn't even like perms that were like popular. Like it was names of like things that you guys have never heard of. Like one, and this was a little bit more popular, but piggyback perm. Do you remember one that started with like a P or a C? There was really freaking weird names for these perms. Like there was a super spirally one that was called something. I don't know. No, but I don't know them. Like, perm, I don't care. Yeah. I don't care.
No, I actually only like to do perms on guys. That's about the only perm I would ever do. I did a couple on guys after cosmetology school, and they turned out pretty good. They look really good.
I feel like it's more popular on guys.
Yeah, guys just want curly hair.
Totally.
For some reason. And girls do too. But, bro, remember that one girl that wanted a perm in cosmetology school, and she also had highlights?
And she was not taking no for an answer, and one of the people who was in our 4for4 group did it. Yeah. Yes, I remember, and it melted off.
And it melted, like you can literally see her melted off. Part like literally coming off.
At the bowl, we were all back there. We were all like... And then after the appointment, she was like annoyed that it happened. We're like, we literally told you.
We told her like 5 different times. Like I think 2 different teachers went up to her and they were like, you can't do a perm on top of this because your hair is literally blonde and it will come off. But it was like highlights. So it was just like strips and strands of highlights that she had on. So it was like those strands of highlights that were like literally like felt like what cotton candy basically, like just ripping off.
I still remember her hair was not that curly afterwards either.
No, it was
the
more
perm
like
barely
little,
stuck.
Like a slight wave to it. It wasn't even as curly as she wanted it to be.
And she scheduled, like, they had her scheduled for like a haircut, toner, or not toner, but like treatment. That way she could like get her hair feeling more healthy. And I remember she canceled all those appointments and she didn't see her. Yeah, she didn't see her. I still remember because I was so invested in this girl's hair, so I was honestly really surprised when she never ended up coming back in.
So when you're in cosmetology school, you actually have to do what is it called? The PSA packet? The PSA? PSI?
Oh my gosh. Wait, that's so funny. Do you know what PSA is?
No.
That's like grading cards, like sports cards and Pokemon cards.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Josh is into it. That's why I didn't know if you knew what that was.
No. PSI, right?
No, it was oh my gosh, what is it? PPA? Or wait, it's at the tip of my tongue. I'm gonna go do my what was it? What is it? It's not PSA.
Nah, okay, obviously now it's not PSA. I was thinking PSI, is it not?
No, PSI is your tire pressure.
Oh.
It's not PSI. I need to know what it is.
Dude, I swear I think it's PSI.
It's not PSI. Remember we would say MPAs.
MPAs.
It came to my head. MPAs.
That's that, yep.
Oh my gosh. I knew we would say it. Like we would be like, I'm going to go do my MPAs, or like, I am a stupid MPAs. Like I knew it was something. We said it.
MPAs. That was like
a my gosh.
20-page packet of like things we had to do. Curling, perming, hair coloring, hair touch-ups, haircuts. Haircuts were like the easiest.
I'm not going to lie. There's some things that I can't say on this podcast.
What do you mean?
Regarding that packet. That's all I'm going to say. That is all I'm going to say, but let's just say that packet takes your entire 11 months at school to finish.
I actually finished it like 2 months before I graduated.
Yeah, because you were on that shit and no one else was. Like, I just wanted to chill.
You did it like last minute.
I did. I was like the last week I got them all done.
Yeah, oh my gosh. No, I was like, I don't want to like last minute do everything. I was like, I just want to chill. And I actually didn't have anything to do. I just had appointments the whole time I was there for like the last 2 months.
And also, do you remember that like if you brought your MPA packet to certain instructors, they would sign it off like, for example, if you were doing a perm, one instructor might make you do it on the entire head, but the other instructor might be like, oh, you can just do it on like half the head and just show me that you can do it. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, oh, hell no, I'm not checking with her. Like, I'm not doing the whole head.
Oh, the S waves. Remember the S wave
shit,
gels
I hated
that we had
that.
to do?
I was terrible at that.
I actually went to one of the instructors and she was like, you can do them, but like with a curling iron and just do like the S-waves.
I remember that.
And I was like, oh. And that was way more easier than doing with the freaking... Oh,
you literally have to move it with your hands.
It's so much
S-waves
gel.
with gel. Yeah.
Like, basically...
Like when your hair is all curly.
Freaking mannequin, a whole bunch of gel up in this. And then you had to do like S-waves. Like literally
make it look like an S.
1920s like hairstyle. They're cute, but like no one does that hairstyle anymore. Like I don't understand why we even had to do it.
So... right after hair school too, I ended up taking boards right away because when I graduated, I was pretty much scheduled to work at the salon that I was starting at like within a month. Like as soon as I was getting licensed, I needed to start working. So I felt like that was good because I had everything so fresh in my mind. Like state boards freaked me out. Like honestly, I've never studied so hard. My eye was twitching. I've never had my eye twitch and it twitched. Like what is wrong?
Wait, I have like the packet here of like all the stuff we had to do.
Stop.
It's so long.
And you said you took 6 months to take your test, which is actually crazy.
The only reason was because I went on vacation after that. And then I don't think it was 6 months actually. I think it was like 3. I'm over exaggerating it.
Where did you go? Mexico?
Yeah, I went to Utah to visit my family and then to Mexico for a couple of weeks. And then I was kind of procrastinating because I was scared to take it. So I kind of just like was like, you know what? I just gotta take it. And I ended up taking it, and it really wasn't that bad. First of all, it's $144 to take that.
I remember, because I was like, I better pass this bitch, because I'm broke.
The practical one is only $85. Oh, actually, they're both $85 and $85.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh my god.
But yeah, they do make you pay for it together.
And another thing, if you guys are going to take state boards, you can only do it within the year.
Graduating school?
Of graduating school. Like, you only have 1 year to take it.
Otherwise what? You got to go back?
Yep, you lose it and you have to do it again.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Actually, I always think, do you think that this is fair? I don't think it's fair that if you take state boards in, like, let's say Michigan, and let's just say if Illinois and Michigan or Indiana and Michigan, whatever's right next to us, you can't even, like, go to their state and work as a licensed hairstylist. You might have to, like, go back to school just because the hours and stuff don't line up. Like, I don't think that's fair. I think it should be the same all around. If you're a hairstylist, you're a hairstylist. You can work in whatever state. Like,
yeah.
I just don't think that makes any sense.
It's because
what is different?
Different states have different laws. I guess that's why. That's, like, the only thing.
I don't get it. Like, it's not fair that you got to go to school less than I did, because I'm probably better than you. I'm kidding.
You guys know that the practical portion of the exam takes 3 hours and 10 minutes. And you have to get points of 136, which, again, we don't even know what our point was.
No.
They didn't tell us. And then for our passing score for the practical or the written one is 75%. So this is the things that we had to do. We had to do the manicuring service, which was 20 minutes. We had to basically perform, like, manicuring on a fake mannequin head. And then a facial, which was 15 minutes. And you had to perform the 3 efferage, the
petrissage,
like the basically
interpotement.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew that was the last one. See, I knew my shit. I remembered that.
Third one was a chemical service, which was 40 minutes. And we basically had to do a virgin hair lightening on the front quadrant of the hair, hair color retouch on the rear end, a relaxer retouch on the left rear end, and then we had to clean up and shampoo the head. We had to show them how to shampoo.
Oh my gosh. And I hated that because their bowls were to the side there. And I was like, this is so weird. I always wash from the back. Yeah. It was weird.
And then we also had a permanent waving service. That's the perming part. That's where we had to perm, like, the section on the front.
Yeah.
That was 20 minutes. And then we had a hair cutting service, which was 40 minutes. And that's the one where we had to, like, literally
do the parallel from the head.
And then, wait, I don't even remember this. We had a 25-minute blow drying and thermal curling service.
No, see, that I remember, because you would have to hold your curler with your Marcel.
Oh,
we were doing the Marcel, and you would have to you would have to, like, spin it with the comb in your hands.
Yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah. I remember.
It was weird.
Yeah, but then I remember when we were doing the perming section, we had to do, like, out.
Oh my god!
Up, and then in the
on base, off base. Yup, on base and off. And then I think it was called something else. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, but if you guys ever need help, every step that you have to do is on line. Like, you literally just have to look at whatever state you're in, which ours is Michigan State Board of Cosmetology, and it's a little PSI packet, and it literally tells you step by step everything that you need, what you're going to be doing, and how long it's going to take. And you just have to practice that. Like, that's literally what we did in Costco for, like, 3, 4, 5 days straight.
It honestly breaks my heart when I hear people who don't pass right away, because I feel like it's so discouraging, and that is such a small step to it, you know?
Yeah.
Such a small step.
I actually have I have a barber friend who did an apprenticeship, and he hasn't taken it yet because he's scared.
No.
I was like, just take
how long has it been?
It's I think he's gonna hit a year. Like, he needs to take it.
No.
Like, he needs to take it. He's just really scared. I'm like, dude, you
see, I'm a terrible test taker, and I still was like, all right, we need to get this shit.
Me too. Dude, those freaking tests in Costco are so hard.
I won't lie. Yeah, I won't lie. There was I think a couple times I quick typed it in on my Safari. Couldn't remember what those damn nail beds were called. Well, I got my iPad in front of me, so.
Well, right after we passed our state board exam, that's when you started working at the salon, right?
Yeah, pretty much right away. Like, I was, no joke, when I got licensed, I want to say I was working within a couple days to a week. Like, they were waiting on me to start. I'm not even going to lie. Part of me was like, hopefully state boards takes a little bit, because I was so tired. Like, shoot, I've been in full-time 11 months of hair school along with working a job, which is more just for fun, not that I needed to. But, and then, yeah, like I was like, I just want to take a break. You know what I'm saying? So starting there after.
I took my break before.
You took that? Yeah, literally. I remember when you left. I remember that. I remember thinking like, she's so lucky she just gets to chill right now. I remember.
Yeah, but no, I was literally freaking out the whole time. I was like, I need to take sick.
I don't blame you. But yeah, I actually just went on TikTok and did a story time about my like first day at the salon. It was like very stressful and like not traumatic. Like honestly, I was saying in the TikTok that I felt like it pushed me out of my comfort zone, which gave me like confidence that I needed today. Because
you did what? Like you did makeup, right?
It was makeup and updos. And that is literally the two things we never did in school.
We did it like a couple times, but it wasn't like that bad. Like, cause we did it during prom season or like.
I felt like you always did makeup.
Yeah,
for prom.
I always tried.
Do you remember like you did makeup for one of my hair girls? There's a picture of us, I think, doing that. And it was at your station.
I actually thought I was gonna get really into makeup, but I was like, nah, that's too much for me.
That's fair. Honestly, you have to buy so many products and stuff too.
No.
But I still remember I woke up that morning and she texted me and told me that there was a few girls that were sick and they weren't coming in and that I was going to have to take their entire schedule of bridal. And I would literally shit my pants. I was like, there's no way. There's literally no way.
It's so funny because you do bridal hair now.
I know. I will say I'm not a makeup girl. Like I made it work when I was there. Like I obviously did trainings and stuff like that, but wasn't my fave. But yeah, I went in there and I will say the only like kind of annoying thing, and it's like I understand, but also I don't. So I took a full schedule of bridal that day. It was 9 to 4. No, 8 to 4. They were 8 to 4 at that time. And I just have to tell you this because I don't think people know this and it's crazy. Not all apprentice programs and associate programs are like this, but I think they can all make up their own rules. I worked that day, took who knows how many clients. I made obviously a lot of money that day. I want to say close to $700-800 in that service, right?
Wow.
I didn't get any of that. Of course, no. No.
You did it.
No commission. Like, and I was technically I was shadowing. Like that's what I was supposed to be doing. I did not get any of that commission off of any of those services. And at that, I didn't even get the fucking tip for none of them.
What?
It went to my educator.
What the
I have no idea why. I got $10 an hour at that time. Or whatever, 11, whatever it was. I swear to God, I was so hurt. Honestly, I couldn't even believe that I pushed myself out of my comfort zone that hard and like didn't even make any money off. And not even the tip. I'm like, hold on a second. I'm not trying to be rude because I love my educator so much. She taught me so much of what I know today. Like huge applause to her. But she didn't even meet the people that I had in my chair that day. So why is she getting the tip that they think is going straight to me?
Yeah.
They're literally thinking they're tipping me. So why is she getting my tip? Like,
right. Bro, that makes me frustrated. Like,
yeah,
what?
That was my first day. Story time.
That is crazy.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Wow. I'm like still back.
I know. I'm like mad. I'm like thinking about it like.
Going back to what we were talking about.
We have been interrupted a few times due to technical difficulties.
But yeah, I wouldn't know that. Anyways, back to the BS. After we take our state boards, Steph went into cosmetology. Steph went into a salon, specifically the one that was right next to our cosmetology school. So owned by the same owner.
Yep.
And how was that life like?
You know what? It's funny that you say that because obviously me going to the salon next door to the school, like everyone knew about it, and you're looking into salons while you're still in school. So yeah, like even to this day, there's ongoing controversy. Is that
controversy?
Okay.
You said controversy.
Yeah. Where did the H come into that word? I'm not really controversy.
Controversy.
There's still so much between. Yeah, it doesn't stop. I don't obviously ask about it. I'm just more told about it, but it's crazy just like what I hear. I'm like, oh, it's still happening then. Like it hasn't stopped.
Yeah, that's crazy. Guys,
it's just like a stigma. Like it's high-end salon.
Girls who feel like they're better than you just because you know, I don't know. I feel like that was
it's
a lot.
It's just a vibe that it gives off.
And for people who are watching this and like looking into salons, don't feel discouraged if your first salon is not a good salon.
Totally.
You have to like kind of jump around to find what suits you better. And sometimes that just means going off on your own.
Yeah.
Because
no doubt.
That's what Steph did.
No
and
doubt.
That's what I did too.
100%.
As of right now, Steph, what do you do? Where are you at?
So I'm in a suite right now, and I've been here for 2 years, will be this May. But before that, I was in the salon for 3 years. So I was there for a while. I can't even believe I've been in the suite for almost 2 years now, though. So, and you're in a suite.
I am in a suite, but this suite is a little bit more, because she's in a one-person suite.
Yeah.
I'm in like a suite in a building where there's like other suites. Yeah. I don't know. It's so hard to explain.
It is kind of hard to explain. Like you're in a building. Yeah. And then once you enter your room, there's other suites in there too.
Yeah.
Where mine is like, you walk into the building and there's suites everywhere. Yeah. It's like that is it. They're just suites and they're all in little rooms, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, there's different types of like things that you can do after. So like for one, you can work at a salon and you pay commission. Yeah. So usually it's 40-60.
Yeah. Normally, I actually was getting 7%.
Oh, that's not bad. That's really good.
I mean, it was, but I thought that was terrible at the time. Because I was like, fucking A, I'm only getting half. I'm not even getting half of my money.
Yeah, but hey, for real, it depends on like what you do. Because when I was working commission, I was working at a salon and I was working commission and I was only getting $150 a week.
Oh, wow.
And then I went to this other one, which was haircuts, and I was getting 40-60, me getting 40%. And it was like, you get $6 off of a $12 haircut. So you really had to like bust your ass.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
But we got commission off products that we sold. So I mean, it kind of helped a little bit, but it wasn't too where it's like, damn, I'm making bank.
Right. Yeah. Well, and to put it into perspective for people, like let's just say you had a long ass day, okay? You had a long day. Let's just say you made $500, okay? Right off the bat, I'm only basically walking away with like $215, $220. That's not even taxed yet. That's not even taxed. I just said that I made $500, right? That's insane. Like, and I know what you're saying. Oh, well, even if you own your own business, you have a lot of other things to take care of. 100%. There's a lot of things to take care of. But no doubt in my mind, I mean, I know I am. I know I'm making more now than I am commission. Yeah. You could literally be less busy and still be making more.
Yeah. But
you just got to know your expenses. You just have to know your expenses.
It's a lot of things that, okay, let's say you work commission. The salon is supposed to provide everything for you. Like, I've seen some people say that they work commission, but they provide their own stuff. I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
In that case, you got to be working on your own, which is chair rental. Once you do chair rental, the only thing that they're supposed to be providing is a shampoo bowl. Yep. And that's it. Everything else you bring in yourself. Like, let's say if you're going to do a hair color, they don't provide it. You provide it yourself because you're only renting the chair station. Right. That's about it. And I know that because I also did chair rental and it was like $100 a week for where I went. Usually it's like $120, $130, but I did $100 a week. And it worked out because he already had the clients there.
Yes.
So you need to search for a salon that's going to be, equivalent to what you're looking for. If you want a lot of clients, you got to go to a salon where there is a lot of clients
for sure
in for you to make money.
That's exactly what I did.
To pay back for the chair rental.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Yes, I see.
Chair rental and for you to make money.
Sorry, I thought you meant commission-wise, but no, I see what you mean. Rental, chair rental.
No, because you only did commission, right? Yeah. And then you started paying your booth, right?
Right. No, so, now that we've kind of like talked about a couple of them too, just so that no one's confused, anyone who's like not a hairstylist and is watching this like, what? There is a suite rental, chair rental, or booth rental. They call it the same, chair, booth rent. Yeah. Commission, salon. So now we're at 3. I think that's it. That's usually 3. Because suite and studio, I guess, would be like the same thing. There's just like different verbiage, really.
Yeah. So now on our own, both of us, we kind of were like on our own. And we were just like, let's just do our shit by ourselves.
No, literally.
It's more easier, but it's a lot harder because everything that we make goes back into the salon or whatever. So we're putting money back into it. You're putting about 40% of what you're making back into it.
Absolutely.
Maybe more, maybe less, depending on what services you provide.
Yep.
So, Steph, where you're at right now, like, how much do you pay for your suite?
So right now I am paying. So I actually just recently, when I came back from baby leave, I ended up moving into a suite with a window. It's the exact same layout, same square footage and everything. It literally just has a window. And I'm paying like $40 more per week for that. So I was paying $225 a week. Now I'm paying $265. So it's not bad. I don't think that's bad. Like that's one color for me.
8. So you pay like 8 over $1,000.
Over a grand. Over $1,000 a month, yeah. Which is crazy to think about. Like when I say $265, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not bad. Like per week, like that's one color.
I actually gotta do the
exact math. No, I'm curious. But then also like, yeah, one time I was just talking about Josh and he's like, how much do you pay for rent per month? $1,060, which kind of is a lot. Yeah. Like when you think about that, I pay $1,000 a month.
Like it's really small.
Yeah.
It's really small. But it is for what she does, it's perfect.
It's all I need. Wow, it's all I need. But I know. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I didn't even think.
Thank goodness they break it up like per week though, because if I saw that per month, I just would be like, no, I'm doing a home thing. Like, it would just feel like a lot coming out at once.
About like going on by yourself, don't do it right after cosmetology because you don't have clients at that point. You actually need, unless even though you don't like it, you have to work for the salon, build up your clientele. And once you feel ready, we're just like, I'm getting booked up like, consistently all the time. So I feel like I'm ready to pay this amount. That's when you should do it. Because if you go right after cosmetology school, you're going to fail and it's going to suck and you have to start all over. Don't do that. Don't do that mistake.
I'm honestly always shocked at the people who do suite rental right out of. I know a couple people who just did it recently and no, they're so successful already. Really? It blows my mind because I'm like, I tell them, I'm like, I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have done that either. I wouldn't have made it. I know that I wouldn't have made it.
I wouldn't have either because I know for a fact I did not have clients.
No.
Now it's like, okay, I know I'm going to get clients. Even though my schedule looks empty for like the next week, I know people start booking. Like,
of course. You do nails and lashes though. That literally, those are last minute type appointments,
It's
like it
like,
is.
Oh, like let me just fit in.
Yes. Yes.
So for me personally, I pay a lot more than that.
What?
But I pay a lot more than that.
But like we said before, you guys, she's in a building and then you walk in her door and she kind of like owns these suites.
Yeah, it's like
she kind of owns footage. Yeah.
Hers is like a little.
How many suites are in your suite?
There's 5 rooms in there.
There's 5 suites inside of her door, you guys.
Yeah. So I rent out those
in a building
suites to those girls in there too. So there's girls in there that do hair and nails too. So I rent out those suites to those girls. So it helps, even though it seems like a lot, it helps for the fact that it comes back. So I'm not paying everything in there.
And so you're paying what per month?
A little bit over $1,600.
$1,600.
A little bit over.
Woo!
Yeah,
wow.
It's a lot.
Wow. And does it come out per month or does it come out per week?
No, per month.
Oh.
Per month.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
That's scary.
It's really a lot. And I actually took that challenge on myself because in the beginning, I actually was renting out one of those rooms because somebody else was in that suite. She still owns the suite, so I'm subleasing under her. Yeah.
I see.
So, like, her name is on the contract, so I'm just subleasing under her.
I see.
She was going through a moment where she couldn't, she was doing a lot of stuff, and the suite was left empty. Like, when I first got there, it was, like, full, and you know how my nail stuff is at?
Yeah.
Like, she had her stuff there, and she was doing lashes and stuff in there, but then all of a sudden, she took her stuff and she moved to a different suite across town, and it was just empty in that area, and I was in one of the rooms, and there was 2 other girls, but the girls were never there, so I was normally there, like, 24/7. So, at one time, I just kind of got the balls, and I was just like, hey, like, I kind of want to, like, take over the suite, like, I kind of want to make it my own. I'm like, if you're okay with it, like, I would be down to, like, take over, pay rent and everything. And
she was like, I'm so down.
And she thought about it for a second. She was like, I'll let you know. And
wow.
Yeah. And then she was just like, yeah, like, you can find the girls to rent out. And yeah. Wow. And I just took over. Like, it was like literally one of the biggest steps I've ever done.
Honestly, I had no idea that's how it came about.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you know the room that I switched into for lashes?
Yes.
The bigger one?
Yes.
I was in the one next to that. The one with the pink room.
Yes, I was just going to say the pink room.
I was in that one, and then I switched to that one. And I was only in the big room for like 3 months until I asked her. And then I switched on myself.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you did that though. That was a business move. Yeah. And are you making a little bit of money off of charging these people and everything?
A little bit.
You should. You're literally
a lot, but it is a little bit. Yeah.
Again, as you should though. You're literally.
But that's normally how businesses is. Like you kind of have to make a little bit
of course.
out of what you're doing and reinvest in there. It's really hard being like a business owner.
I can't imagine,
because it's like you want to be friends with everybody in there, but at the same time you can't let them walk over you either. So it's like really hard because I'm such a really nice person, and I want like say if someone can't pay rent, I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, you got until this day to pay for me. But then if they like overdo that a lot, then they're gonna take advantage of you, and they're gonna be like, I can't pay rent right now, I'll pay to you next week, and then next week becomes 1 month, and you know, that's something that's really hard.
You can't be a people pleaser when you're a business owner. It's so hard to find a fine line.
Very much a people pleaser.
I've learned that even just since opening my own business with the suite too. Like I have to put my foot down with my guests sometimes. Like I can't work all these random days anymore, and if disputes or something like that happen, I'm not letting it go. I will not let it go. And
have you told the story yet?
I have not told the story. I actually didn't know if I was going to talk about it or not. Some of my guests know about it. It's funny if you're watching this. I won't lie, I did just get my money though.
Really?
I got it on Friday. Yeah. I was so happy. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. You guys, just because it's so recent, I just want to give it some time for now because I'm not really sure if I'm going to be doing this individual's hair still. Yeah, I know she wants me to. So we're just kind of leaving it up in the air at the moment. I'm just going to have to do prepays before. If she wants to come in. But I will say that, you guys, what is the date today? February 18. I got my money. It's a Sunday. I got my money Friday. Her appointment was October 11.
Being a business owner is hard, and it's not for the weak.
It's not for the weak.
Let's just leave it there.
Not for the weak.
Not for the weak at all.
At all.
So you never stop working. Even if you're renting a suite, even if you're a booth rental, you never stop working. You gotta keep promoting yourself. You gotta find clients. You gotta buy supplies.
You can ban people if you want.
You can fire clients. And sometimes that's so hard.
What? We're gonna save an entire episode dedicated to firing clients. Oh my god, firing clients, because I think that there's a good way to it. I've had to fire a few clients, just people who are not happy after every single time I do their hair, yet they claim that no one can do their hair like I do. I'm like, I'm sorry, nothing you say makes sense, honestly. That makes no sense.
I actually never had to fire too many people. I think 1 or 2 people.
Same, only 3.
Yeah,
only
so it's
3.
not too bad.
Yeah, not many. There's a few that I would...
We will save that for the next episode, so stay tuned for that. And I guess we're coming close to our ending of our podcast. But before we leave, we actually want to do story time.
Story reading.
Story reading from one of our friends, actually, who went to the same cosmetology school as we did. So this is something that you guys can do. You guys can go onto our link in our bio on our Instagram, on our TikTok, and you guys can actually fill this form out. It's if anything that you guys want to ask us questions related to cosmetology, or you guys just want to know a little bit more about us, you guys can definitely ask us questions, or you can tell us stories about your cosmetology experience, state board experience, Karen stories, if you had to fire somebody, anything. We actually want to know your guys' stories. It's just so interesting what everyone else has to go through.
Absolutely. And you guys can stay anonymous. We obviously we're not going to go out of our way to share your name. We just want to share stories, but
so this person actually said that we can say their name, and her name is Mara, and she went to school with us. She's actually works as a server right now, and I actually had a conversation with her, and she said that she wants to go back to cosmetology school.
What?
Yeah, she actually quit not halfway, right.
She took a leave of absence. I remember that.
And she just didn't come back. She actually said she's really motivated to go back, and I'm so happy to hear that.
That's so cool.
Go,
Slay, girl.
We actually want you to do that. She was really good. Like,
she was. Wait, I swear, I think she was a part of my group in the fashion show we did at T-Spa.
Really?
Yeah, I think she was. I could be wrong, but I swear she was part of it.
She's so good at makeup. She's so good at hair.
She's so good. She's so good.
She does. But
I remember.
She actually lives in Holland. That's where we went to school.
Mara from Holland. What does she have to say?
She actually has a story for us. She said, one thing I remember about cos school, or just the beauty industry in general, is that it was a very mean girl world. Everyone loves you when you first enter cos school, but the minute you're on the floor, they see you as a competition. Everyone switches up. It's sad. Don't get me wrong, there were a very handful of women who were all about women empowerment, but majority of women were full of hate. And I'm not sure if it was just the school I went to, but the colored women weren't treated fairly. Also, if you weren't white, blonde, or tan, they didn't care. I was a level 3 student before I dropped out, always booked, extremely talented, but I was never offered a job or acknowledgement. But a new blonde white girl signs up, and without them even knowing if she could even do hair, they were offered an internship at the job or salon they own.
Wow.
And I can see that's one of the reasons why she stopped doing it, which is so sad because there's so many more opportunities out there than what that school had to offer.
Absolutely. And honestly, I can completely understand where she's coming from because I see exactly what she's saying. Like just what she said of being a level 3 stylist. We only went up to level 4, you guys, in school. I stopped as a level 3 as well. It was very hard to level up.
I was no levels.
Did you not ever level up?
I
really?
Never leveled up,
I didn't know that. I thought that you at least got to 2. It was hard.
Yeah, it was hard.
It was hard.
Because I feel like they made it as a competition in school. Like
they 100% did.
Like, it was so dumb. Like, you had to, like, get a consistent amount of referrals, a consistent amount of reschedules,
rebooks,
certain
amount of haircuts, chemical services, add-ons, like treatments.
But you had to do that like what, every month for like 3 months?
Every single month, 3 months straight.
To get leveled up, and that wasn't me, unfortunately. But
which is so understandable. And the fact that she was killing it that hard, which I know she was, I remember. And she didn't even, like, just the recognition wasn't there. Like, that hurts because you're there to bust your ass, and she was very well doing that.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't discourage anybody who's going into this industry. Cosmetology school will beat you the fuck down. Excuse my French, but it really will. It will make
it's hard. Cry. It's hard.
It's so hard. And people think that it's not a real career. It's a real career. Like, we literally pay thousands of dollars. We had to take a state exam for us to actually go into a salon and provide services for you guys. And if you're doing it right, you actually make good money.
Absolutely.
You really make good money, and you sometimes make more than the average Joe.
Honestly, in slightly going back onto what Mara said too, is she obviously, as you guys can tell, is slightly talking about the salon that was right next door. I mean, she did. She said that.
The one that she was working at.
Yeah, the one that I was working at, you guys. And she's not entirely wrong, I'm not going to lie, because even just literally what she just said about like blondes and everything working there, there was literally one in specific that barely even made it out of an associate program and just like wasn't driven to like even post on Instagram, didn't have like any clients, didn't really care to bring clients in, like, and then literally ended up hopping out of the industry. Like, I mean, that's kind of sad that Mara could have, let's say, had an opportunity to grow and like, you know, build herself there, and then let's say open. It's just like, it's crazy that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's really crazy.
I don't know.
But yeah, you guys don't get discouraged. Keep pushing. It's a hard industry, but you can make it. You can really make it. There's enough clients for everyone. That's what I always say, because a lot of people find this as a competition, but it's really not. Like, there's enough clients for everyone. There's 1 million people in this freaking state, and you can only take so many a week. You can't take everybody. So some people are not going to like your work, but some people will. And those people will stay with you for the long run. And your client will become your friend faster than your friend will become your client. And I stand by that.
Wow. That's a fact. It's unreal how many times I've discounted friend services and I don't even do their hair anymore. LOL. And it's crazier because I think that my clients right now are some of my closest friends.
Yeah.
And I don't even see them outside of hair.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, like, we text, we send TikToks to each other. Like, I seriously love my guests. And I want every hairstylist to feel like that, because I didn't always have that. I did not always have that.
Mhm.
I didn't have guests who brought me freaking Christmas presents and Starbucks. Like, what in the world? That's just crazy. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Not that happens every time, you guys.
No, not all clients.
Not at all.
Not all clients, but there will be some clients that will become your closest friends.
Of course.
Like, it's crazy how that works, but yeah.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about.
A little bit of time. We still got so many more things, so many more topics that we want to talk to you guys about. Next week we will be hitting. What will we be hitting?
Yeah, what are we talking about next week?
We'll be hitting experiences with clients.
Ooh, maybe I will bring up that. Maybe I'll bring up that story.
Like the stuff that clients will tell you. Like the weird questions that clients will ask us. Pet peeves. For sure, pet peeves that clients.
Maybe I can talk about what happened last time I was here when we were filming our podcast too. When I left crying.
That is a story.
That's a story.
So we're so excited to continue this journey with you guys. Tune in next week and we will talk about experiences with clients.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you stayed till the end, as always, we're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I think that's about it. It's just Beauty Unedited Podcast.
Yeah. You can find us on there. Don't forget, if you guys have a story, click the link, fill that form out for us. You can be anonymous or not anonymous.
Heck yeah. We would love to share your story next epi, so let us know.
Yes, and you guys can follow us on our personal accounts. Steph, what is yours?
Hairby.StephMarie and then Steph with 2 H's Jackson on TikTok
and
Instagram.
And you can find me at Nest Perfection on TikTok, Instagram, and
Snapchat. Snapchat besties.
Go ahead and add me. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Guys.